Hello, this is Spartacus here, and welcome to another video where today I'm going to be comparing the reveal trailer for Infinite Warfare, which came out a week ago, and the reveal trailer for Battlefield 1, which, by the way, I don't think is a very good name, that came out 3 days ago. So, Infinite Warfare, this reveal trailer for Infinite Warfare, this new Call of Duty game that's coming out next fall, has gotten a lot of hate. It is the 8th most hated, or not necessarily hated, but the 8th most disliked video on YouTube history. And I mean history, from all the videos out there on YouTube, this is the 8th most hated video or disliked video on YouTube, other than, which is first place. The most disliked video is actually Justin Bieber's Baby, which I find really funny, honestly. And if you actually go to Justin Bieber's Baby, like the YouTube video for that, all the comments are filled up with Advanced Warfare, like not Advanced Warfare, but Infinite Warfare, and it's hilarious because I actually went to that Justin Bieber's Baby music video on YouTube, and all in the top comments are just people talking about Infinite Warfare. People are like, "Well, still better than Infinite Warfare," and all this stuff. It was, oh my gosh, I just thought that was just so funny, but. Anyway, in case you guys are wondering how many dislikes this reveal trailer actually has, it has 15 million. Well, actually, this isn't how many likes. That's how many views there are. There are 15 million 175,511 views at the time of me showing this. Of course, the numbers are always going to be changing because it's on YouTube. 281,257 likes, and dislikes 1,431,300 dislikes. That is just absurd to me. So we have over 15 million views with only almost 300,000 likes and almost 1,500,000 dislikes. That is just crazy, guys. That is a lot of dislikes for a reveal trailer. There is not a Call of Duty reveal trailer out there that has this many dislikes. Like, everybody must hate this video or something like that. Like, no one liked this reveal trailer. It's just crazy to think of. And there's lots of reasons to why people hate this reveal trailer compared to Battlefield 1's reveal trailer. And this is what Battlefield 1's reveal trailer. This is how many views they have. They have actually more views than the Infinite Warfare trailer, which I find kind of interesting, honestly. So it has 21,506,401 views, which is a lot more views than the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer, which I find really interesting because you would think that Call of Duty, since it's like the #1 selling game every year, it would have more views, but it doesn't. So, but anyway, this Battlefield trailer has 1,133,985 likes and only 20,000 dislikes. That is crazy. That's a huge difference compared to the Infinite Warfare trailer to the Battlefield 1 trailer. So Battlefield 1, which I don't even know why they're calling the game Battlefield 1. Well, actually, I can kind of get it because it takes place in World War 1, but I mean, I feel like they could have done a totally better name. But anyway, the Battlefield trailer has way more views than the Infinite Warfare trailer, and it also has a lot more likes than a lot more likes than Infinite Warfare trailer. And it shows that a lot of people love this Battlefield trailer than people did for the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer. It's so obvious that people hated the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer and people just loved the Battlefield trailer. It's just so weird. It's so weird because usually, and it's funny too, because Call of Duty has always beaten Battlefield every single year. Well, actually, Call of Duty's beaten every video game every single year. And right now, the sudden change of people just hating on Call of Duty, and I actually have reasons to why people like Battlefield, and reasons that people are starting to hate Call of Duty for hating this Call of Duty game for some reason. I'm going to tell you guys these reasons. I have a couple of them. These aren't all the reasons, but these are some big points I'm going to make up. So, before the trailer came out, people knew that this game was going to take place in the future. We pretty much kind of guessed that it was going to take place in kind of space, and no one liked that. No one liked the idea of having another futuristic Call of Duty game. And the reason why it's going to be a futuristic Call of Duty game is because they started developing Infinite Warfare not too long after all the DLC was already out for Call of Duty Ghosts. So, and at that time, we had games like Titanfall, which actually kind of died already, but everyone thought Titanfall was going to be the COD killer. It was futuristic. You had this new movement system. You had Titans. and then a week later or 2 weeks later after the game was released, no one played it anymore. And it wasn't actually because it was futuristic. Like futuristic, the reason why a lot of video games are becoming futuristic is because you can make up whatever you want. You can make up whatever you want in a futuristic game. You can make, oh hey, we can make this laser cannon. Oh wait, we can make a laser shotgun as well that doesn't actually exist in real life. You can make up things when a game is futuristic. And that's why Call of Duty goes for that route. They're able to add more into the game instead of actual facts in real life, which they actually do. They do have guns in Call of Duty games that, even if they are in the future, that are actually real guns. Like, for example, Advanced Warfare was a futuristic Call of Duty game, and they introduced some like supply drop weapons that you can get out of supply drops, like the STG-44. That was a World War II gun. So I mean, yeah, a lot of these new games are coming out to be futuristic, and they started developing this game. They started having the ideas and all this stuff not too long after Ghost. And by the time people started getting sick of like futuristic games, it was already too late for Infinity Ward, the people developing Infinite Warfare, to actually just stop what they're doing for this futuristic Call of Duty game. It's just too late for them to stop that. And so that's why they pretty much sticked with the futuristic route. And the thing about doing futuristic, like I said before, you can make up whatever you want. I mean, you can do whatever the heck you want in a futuristic game. It's just a lot easier for them to actually make a game. But it's also, you could add more to the game as well, I suppose. Now, another thing that's kind of interesting. This is kind of something that pops in my head that no one really actually said on their YouTube channel. But another reason why this Infinite Warfare trailer has had so many dislikes compared to likes, or why everyone is starting to hate this Infinite Warfare game, even though the game, we barely have any footage for it, is it's made by Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward made Call of Duty Ghosts, and a lot of people realize that and a lot of people, this is their opinions as well, that Call of Duty Ghosts was not a great Call of Duty game. And I'll say it myself, it really didn't stand its potential compared to Black Ops 2 or other Call of Duty games. But for me personally, I like playing Ghosts. I played it a lot, honestly. I even reset my stats in multiplayer when I reached Master Prestige, for gosh sakes, and I'm only Prestige 2 now in that game. But the point is, it was made by Infinity Ward, and Infinity Ward has been kind of having this bad reputation lately for their Call of Duty games. Some people didn't like Modern Warfare 3, which was actually technically my first Call of Duty game, but I'm not going to get into that. But some people weren't a big fan of Modern Warfare 3. They just didn't like how it was dark and dreary. There was no color at it. It was just green, white, and black. It was just dark. Didn't have that funny motion, I guess, compared to Black Ops 2 or Advanced Warfare. And then Call of Duty Ghosts was exactly the same, if not even worse than Modern Warfare 3. Actually, I think Call of Duty Ghosts was worse than Modern Warfare 3. And it's just people started hating on Ghosts. They did not like Infinity Ward, how they make their games, and everyone just started loving Treyarch. And Treyarch, honestly, is a really good gaming develop company. They're very good at making Call of Duty games. But people started hating on on Infinity Ward, and Call of Duty Ghosts is a good example of why people started hating on them, because that game was not successful at all as they probably thought it would be. And so yeah, that's kind of one reason. That could be a reason. It's probably not a big reason to why there's so many dislikes. Honestly, the biggest reason to me is bandwagon. I think everyone is bandwagoning on this dislike thing for no reason at all. For their own personal reason. They're just doing it just so they can just be like everyone else. They'll be like, hey, yeah, I dislike that video too. Oh, that game's gonna suck. No one's gonna buy that stuff. When we all know that everyone, all those million of people who dislike that video, we all know you're gonna buy this game. We all know you're gonna buy this game. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. But yeah, it's a bandwagon. To me, the biggest reason is bandwagon. That's why people are disliking this. But other reasons, and this is actually a pretty good reason, I can see why people are a little upset about this and they dislike the video, is that in Infinity Ward and Activision, they not only are they coming out with Infinite Warfare, if you buy a special edition, for example, if you buy the Legacy Edition, you also get Call of Duty 4 Remastered, which Call of Duty 4 was made all the way back in 2007. It came out in 2007 anyway. And a lot of people would say that that's the Call of Duty game that brought fans together, and really it did. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, was the game that kind of brought a lot of fans into Call of Duty. That's when it started beating Halo and stuff like that. And so now they're remastering that game, and you can get this remastered Call of Duty 4 game in the Legacy Edition or some type of special edition of Infinite Warfare. So not only are you getting Infinite Warfare with the special edition, but you're also getting another Call of Duty game for $100. I think the Legacy Edition is $100, and people are probably not liking how you still have to buy Infinite Warfare to get this Call of Duty 4 Remastered. It's not sold separately. It has to come with Infinite Warfare, and I think a lot of people don't want to spend $100 or more on like this Call of Duty 4 remaster just for a Call of Duty 4 remaster anyway, and I can see why people are upset about that. But if you were a gaming company, like if you ran Activision, if you ran Infinity Ward, you would be smart enough to actually only include this remastered game in your new Call of Duty title, because that way you're going to get a lot more people to buy those special editions, and you're going to get a lot more money. And if you think that through, I mean, a lot of people consider like Activision kind of greedy, or they're just like money, like, I don't know, they just think that they try every way possible to get a bunch of money. But like when you run a company, you want that though. Like like if I was running a company, I would want to do that. I would try to get the money as best way as possible. But as for the consumer, like this is a good example. It's not really fair for people who don't want a futuristic Call of Duty game where they just want boots on the ground. And Infinity Ward even said this themselves. Like they know a lot of people want a boots on the ground Call of Duty game again, and that's why they introduced a remaster of Call of Duty 4, because they knew people would want to buy Call of Duty 4 and play boots on the ground instead of like the futuristic version of Infinite Warfare, whatever movement system that's going to be. So yeah, I can see why people are upset about that, which is honestly not that bad of a reason, but still, like, you have to, I mean, no one even knows, not even I do, we don't know anything about Infinite Warfare. That reveal trailer, honestly, I'll be completely honest with you, wasn't the best reveal trailer ever, and it didn't really show too much to learn what's going to be in that game. Once E3, I believe it's E3 that's coming out, like, I don't know, E3's, I don't know when the heck that event is, but we don't have that much information for Infinite Warfare, and people are already starting to give a bunch of hate on it, and I think people just need to wait. They need to wait what is in the game for Infinite Warfare. People need to wait to see what's going to be in the game, and yeah, we just have to wait. We have to wait for Infinite Warfare, more news on Infinite Warfare, because that reveal trailer honestly didn't give us that much information for like multiplayer or their new mode zombies, because they're getting rid of Extinction, sadly, and I still gotta make my video on that. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous how many dislikes it's getting for a lot of stupid reasons. But like I said, the Call of Duty 4 remastered one, I think is a pretty good reason to dislike it. But over 1 million people disliking for that reason, I don't think so. I honestly can't see like 1.5 not billion, but millions of people disliking this video for that specific reason. I just can't see it. And then a lot of people think Call of Duty's dead. Every year you hear like, oh, Call of Duty's gonna die, and there's a bug on my wall. I'm not even kidding, guys. I saw a bug, but like some type of bug crawling down my wall that was kind of creepy. Like a lot of people say that Call of Duty's dead. Like every single year you hear that Call of Duty is dead. Like I mentioned before in the video, Call of Duty is the best-selling game, not just the best-selling first-person shooter game. It's the best-selling like franchise, the game, every single year, like, for the exception of Call of Duty Ghosts, because I think GTA 5 beat that game. But like it's always been the best-selling game, like ever since Call of Duty 4. It's ridiculous, like how popular Call of Duty is and how much more sales it's getting than other games, like including Battlefield. Like I know I've been talking a lot about Infinite Warfare, but going to Battlefield now, why are people liking Battlefield? Like I told you the reasons why people are disliking the new Infinite Warfare game, but why are like how are more people watching the Battlefield trailer than Call of Duty Infinite Warfare? Now, to be completely honest with you, I have no idea how this has gotten way more views than Infinite Warfare, but I can tell you the reason why it has so many more likes. For one reason, it probably has a bunch of likes, is for people to show that they do not like Call of Duty and that they are just going to support Battlefield for no reason. That could be one reason, and that seems kind of a silly reason, honestly. The second reason, which I am actually going with this reason, is that it's not a futuristic game. They knew, like Battlefield knew, that people were kind of getting sick of this futuristic game stuff, which honestly, I think they've only made one futuristic game for the people, DICE, who made Battlefield. I can't remember what it's called, but it wasn't really that big of a game. Instead of going for the futuristic route like Call of Duty's doing, they actually went back a step. It's not going to be a modern Battlefield game. We're going to play in World War I, which I think was the genius idea ever, because we have not seen a like first-person shooter game or any video game in general for years now that actually goes back to like World War II or if not World War One. Like, there's barely any World War One games out there. I mean, there's mostly World War Two, and they're going to World War One, which honestly, like, there's not going to be that much weaponry. Like, if you think about it, like, World War Two has a little bit more weaponry than World War One, even though like the time that World War One ended and the time that World War Two began was only like 20 or 30 years. It really wasn't that big of a difference. So the weaponry is probably a little bit lower than World War Two standards, especially like atom bombs and stuff like that, which I can't see them actually adding in their like game if they were to make a World War Two one. But it's World War One. Battlefield 1 is going to be a World War One like first-person shooter game, and holy smokes, that game is going to be so fun. I cannot wait for Battlefield 1 to come out. I love playing Battlefield. I started playing Battlefield ever since Battlefield 3, and I played Battlefield 4, and then I didn't really play Hardline because I know it didn't turn out to be the game that people were expecting to be, but I did play the beta, and it was actually kind of fun. But yeah, I've played lots of Battlefield in the day, and Battlefield 1, holy smokes, a World War 1 first-person shooter game. Bring me in, because I am going to be going into biplanes, calling myself the Red Baron. I'm going to be calling tanks and calling myself Fury. I don't know. It's just going to be a good game. But Battlefield 1 seems like it would be a good game, and I think a lot. And honestly, the trailer that they released for Battlefield 1 was actually, I think, had better cinematics than the Call of Duty one did. I think the trailer was made better than the Call of Duty trailer did. But then again, of course, like I said, like Battlefield, this isn't going to be a futuristic Battlefield game. It's going to take place in World War One. Where Call of Duty, it's going to be like space warfare, basically. And I think a lot of people are going with the routes that they don't want a futuristic like game. They want one that like takes place. A lot of people want World War II, but they're going with World War One. They're taking it back a step a little bit. So before World War II, which is I think is interesting. I think a lot of people are kind of joining on that bandwagon. Like, people are joining on the bandwagon. Oh, let's hate Call of Duty, but let's love Battlefield for no reason. Like, I read these comments that say, he's like, you know what, Call of Duty is gonna be dead this year. I'm just gonna become a Battlefield player. Like, I hear that all the time, honestly. Like, when Battlefield 4 came out, which actually came out at the same time as Ghost, and Ghost didn't turn out so well, so I think people did switch to Battlefield 4 and tried that game out for a little. I don't know how long those people last, honestly, but I love the Battlefield game, so I kind of played both of them a lot. But you know what? We'll have to see. We're gonna have to get more information for this Battlefield game. We're gonna have to get more information for this Call of Duty game. And the interesting thing is that Battlefield 1 trailer has only been out for 3 days, and it already has way more views, and it already has over 1 million likes, where the Call of Duty trailer has been out for a week now, and it has over 1 million dislikes and like barely 300,000 likes, and it's just crazy to me. It's crazy how people are like hating on this Call of Duty game for like this bandwagon reasoning. I don't know. I feel like this is bandwagon. This is totally bandwagon. Like, Call of Duty fans are disliking that video, and they're hating on this new Call of Duty game. But like I mentioned, for the Call of Duty 4 remaster, that was, I think, is a pretty good reason to dislike it. But that many people, yeah, it's bandwagon. I'm just telling you guys right now, this is bandwagon. And you know, I made the video earlier where I was showing off the teasers for Nuketown on Black Ops 3 for Infinite Warfare. I actually only had 2 likes and 10 dislikes, so a lot of people didn't like that video either. It's so weird. Like, it's not just it's not just like Call of Duty's videos they're disliking on Infinite Warfare. It's like other YouTubers as well, because I'm one of them, I guess. But you know, I think Infinite Warfare is going to be a good game. I think Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1 will be a great games. I'm going to play both of those games a ton. I'm also going to get Call of Duty 4 Remastered. Of course, that's going to be a great game. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what the deal is with this whole disliking bandwagon thing. I think people are just over-exaggerating, and I'm probably going to get comments on this video saying, oh yeah, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is not going to be any good. Well, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, those people who dislike that video are going to buy the game anyway. You hear other YouTubers on Twitter even saying that. It's like, they're like, this is literally what they're saying. Like, I think it's so funny how everyone is hating on this Infinite Warfare game when everyone's going to buy it anyway. Everyone, yeah, they're still going to buy it anyway, so, like, because you can't really judge a game by its cover. You have to play the game first, I guess, or at least watch gameplay on YouTube and have your own personal opinion. You can't be going with everyone else's opinion, saying that, oh yeah, I'm going to dislike this because everyone else is. Yeah, just, you guys have to make your own opinion. I mean, honestly, I will be honest with you, that trailer could have been a lot more thrilling, but I'm just waiting for more information on that game, and I'll start having my personal opinions of what I think the game is, because everyone's saying they're hating the game, when no one knows anything about Infinite Warfare yet. It's like, we know it's going to take place in space and stuff like that, but we don't know anything about the weaponry, the ranking up system, the zombies mode, anything. We just don't know anything about that stuff yet. So time will tell how this Call of Duty thing's going on, but Battlefield is looking pretty good. I think Battlefield's going to be a successful time this year. It's World War I. I think we haven't seen a past shooter game in a long time, so I think this is going to be good for Battlefield. But like for Call of Duty, we'll just have to see. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a rating for what you guys feel this video deserves, and what are you guys' opinions on this Battlefield versus Infinite Warfare video thing. Like, obviously Battlefield 1 has a way better ratings than the Infinite Warfare right now, so let me know in your opinions down in the comment section below, and I shall catch you guys later.